Alright, I figured I'd go over this, order this product. Not even sure what it's called. They're just blowers, rear blowers. They're made out of aluminum, so they fit on these panels, and they attach to Molle bags, the Molle bag system. So like these Molle bags, you can attach them all over the place, and you can get all kinds of different size bags. So it looked like a really good gear storage system. So I ordered them up, and they're not cheap. This is $205 per panel, and I got both panels. Here's the other one. And I was hoping it was a little more plug and play, but it doesn't. It seems like it's going to be a little work, so I figured I'd film it. Now, what happened? I always wanted to get something for these panels, but something in my garage slid back, cracked this panel up, cracked it all over the place, and I just put some Gorilla Tape on the back. I was able to pop it back, so you can hardly tell. I could tell, you probably can't, that it's cracked. But I had to come up with something now. So I went with these, and this will, if anything slides into it now, it'll hit the aluminum, which is super strong. So I figured that'd be fine. So this product is made by Freedom Van Gogh, and I ordered it through Owl. I like Owl; they have such great stuff. And but I realized this wasn't an Owl product, and I only say that because I got the hardware bags, and the hardware bags are all messed up. So that's not Owl's fault. That's Freedom Van Gogh. Somebody probably didn't have their coffee in the morning when they were counting these bags, but for each panel, they're completely off. Missing, everything is missed. I don't even know where to start. But yeah, so I put in a request to say I need about 14 pieces, if not more, that are missing between washers and screws and these riv nuts and spacers. So I'm not going to wait. I put in that request, but I think I have enough spare parts to do it on my own, and I'm missing riv nuts, which are these guys. Can you see that? But I have plus nuts, which I prefer. They're a lot more heavy duty, and they hold up a lot better. So I don't have enough of each. I don't have enough of the plus nuts or the riv nuts, so I'm going to use a combination, but the foundation will be on these because these are super strong. And I can show you how I compress those. I haven't worked with riv nuts. I don't have a riv nut gun, but I think I can do my same theory of, I'll get to that in a minute, but it's the same manual compression tool that I have. I think I can use for the riv nuts. So, one of the things that's unfortunate with when I got this set is that I thought, I hope they have some kind of plug and play setup so I can just, slap this thing on. But that's not the case. I gotta use these riv nuts or plus nuts, and neither one of them fit. So that means I gotta drill out all these holes. So that's not fun. It's not a big deal, but if you're gonna do it right, which I like to do everything right, I'm gonna put magnets behind here, catch all the metal fragments so they don't rust in the base of the door. So I'll do that, put a magnet under each one, drill all the way around, and then I'll take paint all the holes all the way around. And then I gotta put these riv nuts and plus nuts in the door, and then I'm gonna compress all those. Then it's easy, but I have to do all that first. So I'll kind of cover it briefly and get these installed. All right, so here's how I do this. I got one of these earth magnets. You don't have to have this kind. You can have all kinds of different kinds I've used throughout my whole van to do this. But I'll put it behind, just reach up. The door is pretty easy. In this case, put the U right in the middle of the hole there so it's wrapped around. And then the drill bit I found that is perfect is 25/64. 25/64. So, and it drills it out both perfect for the the 1/4 inch rib plus nut or the rib nut here. I don't know what size it is, but it's 1/4 inch threaded. There we go. So, let's see here. I'm gonna take a little rag and just wipe this dust off. So that fits perfectly in there. And so does a rib nut. It'll fit fine. It'll need a little tap, a hammer or something. But that'll fit perfectly in there. So then before I remove the magnet, I'll reach around with my hand and get off any burrs. You can use a file too if you want. It's not that bad, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Take your magnet off. You see all those filings. And I will clean it off each time so I'm not knocking off any these metal fibers, which will rest in the basin. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'll come back for paint. Alright, so I got all the holes drilled out. It took like 20 minutes. The hardest part was I had insulation in my doors. And the one with the handle on it over there is a little even more challenging to get the magnets behind. Having done this, if I didn't have insulation in it, I wouldn't be using magnets. I would drill all these out, take an air compressor, and just blow out all the metal dust. There's holes in the bottom, weep holes that, you know, allow, access out the bottom, and, you know, it just blasted out. And you can do this way faster. The hardest part of drilling it out, of course, is putting all the magnets behind it. I did use a combination of this magnet, and just one of these to get behind it. You can use all kinds of stuff, but again, the easiest way is you don't have insulation is just to blow it out. Some people don't care. You don't care. I'm trying to make this thing last for 20 years or longer, so I don't want any rust. So next step is painting. So I got some self-etching primer. This is Rust-Oleum. And I just found anything you can find in the recycle bin to spray this into. Shook it up a little bit. Alright. And then I think I got some Q-tips. Q-tip, paint, just roll that around. Then I go around all the holes, just blot around it. So, paintbrush would be better, but this is fine. It'll work. So I'm gonna go around all these, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so plus nuts. This is what I use for plus nuts. This is a little tool. You can get big compression tools if you want. I opted for this little simple thing that you can find online. So you push your plus nut through the hole, and then you fasten this on like that, and then you put this on, and then you ratchet this side down. I use a hammer gun to do it. Some caution in using something like this, but and then it pulls this bulb back and it flattens it out so it grips on the other side. Same concept with these rib nuts. I haven't used the rib nuts before because they're weaker than the plus nut, and I like to go for strength, but in this application I think a rib nut is absolutely fine. So I'm going to use both because I have to, because I don't have enough of either one. So now I got this for a 5/8, and then I bought 1/4 inch ones, and then I was like, okay, well, how do I do this? I couldn't find another one of these to even buy for 1/4. So I'm just going to take this apart and just use this piece, and then I got a 1/4 inch, same thing. So I'll put it through. It's a little looser, but same concept. You can make one of these out of parts in your garage. So popping this 1/4 inch through like that. Then I'm going to thread this on like this. Just thread it all the way on like that. Then now with this, word of caution, this is not impact rated. None of these parts are impact rated, so they could shatter. I don't recommend doing this, but I've done it, I don't know, 50 times, and I haven't had a problem yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to shatter on me one time. If it does shatter, it could take out an eye, so that's why I don't recommend doing it. I'm just going to wear glasses and do it anyway. So, I'm going to put this on here. That's a bit of a trick because you don't know when to stop. It's more of a feeling. Once you do this for quite a while, you'll kind of feel when it has enough tension and when to stop. Oh, never mind. This is for the 5/8. I gotta get one for the 1/4 inch. So I will be right back. All right. Here we go. So put it on you throw it in the hole like that, hold your thing. You're kind of start putting on a tapping louder. That's about when you're done. And then reverse it. There you go. That's a lot faster than ratcheting. I hate sitting here ratchet. And you can actually look behind and see that it's fully compressed. You can feel behind, but you can also see behind by how close those threads are pulled. So that's it. Now let's try it with the rib nut. Same concept. I'm just gonna see if it works. So I'm gonna pop this thing in here. That's when you got to push in. It's nice and snug. So I'm gonna do the same thing. We'll see how this works. I've never done one of these. I don't want to. Let me thread this in manually. I don't want to cross thread it. I think it's the same. Maybe not. I tested one and it was the same threading, but I've got so many different parts in these bags that aren't. No, of course not. It's different threading. Alright, we're at the point. I just went ahead and did plus nuts the whole way around. I decided I hate rib nuts because if you don't have the proper tool, the compression tool you have to buy, then they suck. And plus nuts are way better. They're more durable, more material. So I ordered more plus nuts and I'm going to throw those rib nuts away. But if you have the tool, I'm sure they're wonderful. But I could see how they're very fragile. So did these the whole way around. Now what I'm going to do is put the panel on, see how that goes. So, what I'm going to do is, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Put this around like this. Go like that. Then, I'm going to need a spacer. And I went and bought all new hardware. Because yeah, so what I'll end up doing here, putting a spacer on there, get this panel, try and do this by myself, put that on like that, put this bolt through here, the spacer in between, and then lift it up into place, and then try to get this thing threaded in. Alright, well that's the hardest part. So now I'm going to go all the way around, do the rest of these things. I'll show you some bags and accessories. And then we'll call this a day because I'm waiting to do the other panel till I get my plus nuts. All right, here's the finished product. It's durable, strong. You can hang anything you want off this. It's not coming off. So I'll throw some accessories on here. But I guess I could grab one right here. So I've never put one of these on here, but this is one of the Molle bags. This one goes this direction. I have all my fuses and stuff in here, so let's go ahead and throw this up high. You just drop it through, grab it on the flip side. It's hard to get your fingers underneath. Actually, you kind of have to grab it. You can't get your fingers underneath. So if you go like that, and snap it. That's a little more challenging than I thought. It's a little tricky. So if you want to get these on and off, that can be more of a challenge, but there you go. There's one. But yeah, this isn't as easy as I thought to get stuff on and off this thing. I'm sure you can get better at it. There we go. So that's pretty nice. They're strong, sturdy, and I'm gonna hang all kinds of gear on here. But here's like all my fuses, some electrical tape. Anything blows, I've got a backup fuse. That'll be electrical, and I'm gonna put a bunch of other stuff on here. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. All right, here's the final deal. I don't know how I'm gonna align this up, and I gotta get my other panel, but I'm putting my most accessible stuff that I want on the other side because that's the first door to open. This is the second door to open. Actually, it may make me move this. So this is a first aid kit. And if there's one thing I recommend for these is this. Whether you need it personally for you or your family, but also you're spending a lot of time on road trips on the road and there's car accidents, you could save somebody's life with something like this. It's got tourniquet in it, pressure bandages, splints, all kinds of things that would save you if something ever happened. It's kind of neat because while these can be a little pain in the butt to get on and off, not a huge deal, but with this, it's like 50 bucks on Amazon, but they have ones that are a little cheaper. You just pop that off, and then rip it off, and it just all came apart. So maybe that's not as valuable, but it does have a Velcro rip off. This just comes off as well. Moral of the story, I guess you can just rip it off. And this has got all kinds of stuff in it, which is just really nice to have. So we'll put that aside. So these are just some pouches, and there's all kinds of attachments for this Molle gear, and I'll show you some of those, but I'll show you some of the bags that I got. So here's one. This is for a drinking bottle and your phone, pretty much. So you can throw it over your shoulder if you're just going on a short hike or something and you want to bring some water and a phone. So I thought maybe my wife would use this, or I could use it potentially. Here's another bag. I'm just using this for all kinds of carabiners and rope and some zip ties and just all kinds of miscellaneous parts, Velcro that you may need. I got that here. Another little bag. There's so many little bags, and if you go on Amazon, they're way cheaper than, I think if you order these through Freedom Van Go, and it's not theirs, there's another, it's like 511 Tactical and stuff like that. They're like $300 for like 5 bags. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I got so many bags, and granted, they're not cheap, but this is like $7. So, these get a little more expensive. And then here's a tool bag. And the good thing about these is that they have all these Velcro. They have the webbing where you can attach these different kinds of attachments. And you can put whatever kind of patches you want. I'm going on Amazon, super cheap. You can get custom ordered nameplates. So I can put, well, this one doesn't have the Velcro on it, but on some of these, you can put the label on it. So if it was utility, electrical, you can put electrical. Something to keep in mind when you're buying these, some don't have the Velcro and a lot of them do. So as far as attachments, you got stuff like this. I have no pro with these attachments, but they fit on the webbing like this. And then you can, I don't have it on all the way, but really quick clip stuff on and off, some keys, what have you. I don't even know what this is for, but you can use that for something. Just clips in, they rotate. nuts here. Again, a good clip for keys, carabiners, and then you can buy sets of these. It was 4 keys, but I was like, I'll just buy. I have some of these rappets, which are Velcro, and they have a little loop ring, and then I attach them to one of these key holders. So I got my electrical stuff. Again, not 100% sure how I'll have this finally, but it's very neat. A lot of purpose and utility behind it. So I'm looking forward to getting it all set up and getting everything where I need it. Now I got all this extra garage storage. So hope that helped. So one last thing, missed out on. Yes, I would buy this again. It is expensive, but I like it, and I would definitely buy it again. I thought I was going to be taking stuff on and off a lot. Maybe you can. I just want to show you real quick what it's like. So here's my electrical. I wanted to use that. I can snap this off, pull it through. I would use it. So pretty easy off. And as far as on, I just want to show you how it can be a little more tricky to get it on. Through. And again, I'm sure it's something I'll get the hang of more as I do it. There. But you gotta have small hands to get your fingers under and make it a little easier. It's not something you probably want to take on and off a lot, to be honest. But it's not bad. There. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking we're gonna put shower bags and stuff on here, I don't know if I want to deal with this with my shower shoes and towels and stuff in it to come back here and unsnap all this every time. So that was a use that it wouldn't be good for, but overall, happy with it. Besides the hardware mess up, I had to go buy my own hardware and my own stuff, but very happy with it. And I also wish that I would have known that it was the little M6 riv nuts that came with it. There wasn't a description to tell me that. I'll have to look back, maybe there was, but I looked again on the OWL website, it wasn't there. Maybe it's on Freedom Van Gogh, but just know that you're gonna need a tool for that. Had I known, I would have ordered more plus nuts and just abandoned the whole rib nut thing. Good luck.